Hello, Master Manifestors. It is Olivia Grace, and I'm back with another video. I am still on my 30-day video challenge. So if you like this video and want to see a whole lot of content from me, then definitely subscribe. I haven't said that in forever. But anyways, I have my links in the description, and for coaching, for guided set scenes, guided revision scenes, all of that. So let's talk about what is stopping your manifestation. And off rip, I know that there are going to be people that I guess disagree or, feel like this is not important, but I'm going to explain my perspective and, you can take what you feel resonates with you. But if you are trying everything and you are still not able to get your manifestation, it is definitely to do with your self-concept. I would say with majority of people that I work with or talk to that are really struggling in some aspect, it's not the technique that they're doing wrong. It's not, any of these things. It is the self-concept, because our self-concept, if you look at your life, whoever you are, whether you're doing well or you're doing not so well, and I want you to think about how you think about yourself, and you will see that there is a mirror in those, how you feel about yourself and how your life is playing out. Now, you have an overall self-concept, but then we have our self-concept into individual topics, right? So you might have someone who's very successful in money, but very not successful in love. And you will be able to see that their self-concept in love is much lower. They may feel like, love or money is just something that I've always been great at. It's always come to me easily. It's always been, really prosperous in my life. But love, I've always struggled with that. It's never worked out great for me. You will notice that the way that you think of yourself in relevance to whatever it is and your true feeling, you guys, and that's why it's important to be authentic with yourself for just a second and be the observer of yourself for just a second and see where you actually are, where your natural thoughts are, natural feelings are in relevance to your situation. Now, I know so many coaches on YouTube say you don't need your self-concept to manifest. You don't need your self-concept to manifest. But number one, I want you to think about all of those coaches that are telling you that. And I want you to notice that they all have great self-concepts, okay? It's not a coincidence. And I don't think that people are saying that to limit, or to hurt you or to lie to you, because of course you can manifest without your self-concept being intact, but we've been doing that all of our lives, and it's not going to necessarily get you what you want every time, or even make it enjoyable for you to once you receive what you have, right? Or what you want. So, and any person also that's telling you don't need self-concept to manifest, you can see that in their journey, if you can see their whole journey, that their self-concept has in fact evolved from where they started. Everybody is evolving, nobody is who we were when we just started in this journey, hopefully, and if you are, then that might be something. Now, here's the thing about the self-concept, and there's so much that it makes you feel like, well, I have to fix myself. I have to fix all my inner child wounds. I have to fix all these things, which I'm not necessarily knocking those things. I think that you should do what you feel resonant with, you guys. I always say this on my channel. Take what resonates with you. If you feel like you need to be in therapy, people's trauma are different. Everybody's trauma is different. Everybody's self is different. The way that everybody deals with everything is different. And however you feel is the best way for you to move through things, by all means do that. Now, what I will say is that when you do go on a I need to fix myself journey, that will not, in my experience and what I've seen in others, there's no end to that journey. Okay, there's no end to that journey. I heard something really profound the other day. They were asking, someone was channeling, and they were asking, what is the channel was Aaron Lyons, but they asked how do we basically reach our potential as humans? And the answer was for us to understand that we will never reach our potential. Okay, we are ever expanding, we are infinite, right? So when you understand that there's no ceiling to hit, because we're all running after this ceiling of, to be the best, the best, the best. But as soon as you hit your best, you become, there's another best for you to become. That's the reality of being infinite, right? And so when you understand that, then you stop looking at yourself that I'm in the wrong place or I'm not in the right, whatever. You stop seeing yourself as something that is wrong, right? And this is what I'm saying when it comes to self-concept, is when it comes to really fixing and helping your self-concept or creating the self-concept of the person that has what you want, okay? Like really understanding and becoming that person that has what you want, and embodying that person, and not only embodying it, but knowing that you deserve to be that person, you deserve to have the things that that version of you has, right? Is to understand that it's not that there's anything to fix. It's all here available for you to choose from. So it's for you to make that new choice of the self-concept that you want to embody, the reality that you want to embody, and decide that that's who you are now, right? That's who you are now, despite the past, despite the hurts, despite the failures, despite everything that has gone wrong up to this point, that this is who I am now. And that journey, like I said, is going to look different for everybody. But I'm sorry, you guys, there's not many people that, and I won't say that because of course there are people that are rich, famous, they, have love or whatever, that still don't love themselves and still, are really suffering within themselves. But is that who you want to be? And that's the thing for me, you guys. I do care about you guys being happy as well. I want you not just to be surrounded by your things and, buried in like a drug problem and depression, like most of like these people that are like celebrities that have everything at their fingertips, but can't enjoy it because their self-concept is not there. They still feel something missing. So in my opinion, self-concept is something that is important. If you're seeing yourself as somebody who doesn't, and there's like these background beliefs that we have, like I don't deserve good things, or anything good that happens to me, I'm gonna mess it up, or I'm just an unlucky person. I'm just a person that things don't work out for, or even in reference to manifestation, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, or it's just not my time yet. All of these little background beliefs that we have are going to keep it from you. If you're a person that really truly believes nothing ever works out for me, then how can something work out for you? No matter what you're doing, no matter how much you're affirming or whatever, if your background belief, and then a lot of the time we're not even aware that we have this belief, right? We're not even aware that like we have that kind of fear that, or that belief that nothing really is going to work out for me anyway. Things just continue just to not work out for you. And you're just wondering, well, I'm doing everything that everybody says to do, and I don't understand. So in my opinion, it is worth it for you guys to ask yourself, what is my what do I really believe right now, about whatever this thing is that you're trying to manifest? What do I really believe right now? What do I feel when I imagine myself having what it is that I want, and I imagine that version of myself? How much, how close do I feel to being that version? And sometimes, you guys, it can feel like eons away. You can see that version of yourself that has every single thing that you want, and she can seem like, or he can seem like, completely out of reach. And that's okay. Hi, Jacarius. I love you. But that person can seem completely out of reach. But even so, dare to assume it, you guys. And I think that I'm going to elaborate on that in another video. But go right to the end of assuming that I am. Go right to the end of assuming that I am that version, though. And the more that you put it on, Neville talks about it as putting on like a new suit. When you put it on, or new shoes for us girls, when you put on those new shoes, it's not comfortable, it's not like you've been walking them in for years, but it's, as you continue to wear them, it starts to form onto you as you continue. Because a lot of the time, when it comes to these big changes that we want to make in our lives, or big manifestations that we want to bring into our lives, we look at it, and maybe we've done this where we see, oh, okay, that's the version of me that I want to become, but she's eons away. I could never see myself being that. And then cut it off right there and go right back into the old story. But instead, that's where persistence comes in, you guys, because it's like a training. It's like rehearsal, right? Putting on that new suit, put it on again, put it on again. If we threw away every pair of shoes that didn't feel comfortable as soon as we wore it, how many shoes would we really have? You know what I mean? So continuously putting on that new, assuming it, you guys, that I am that now. Go right to the end, you guys. This is so important because especially when you're making this leap from here to there, right? It's like, that's impossible. There's this big middle that we're questioning, right? A big, the how of how are we going to get there? Don't concern yourself with it. Another thing too that I realized that I feel like people don't talk about is the past. A lot of us are basing decisions or what's possible for us based off the past, right? Based off of who we've been, how it's gone, what it's looked like before, how it's worked out for other people. Disregard all of that, you guys. This is why they say your gift is in the present moment, right? Because this is where you have the option to decide. This is where you have the option to decide who I'm going to be, despite every freaking thing, you guys. There's nothing hindering you, but your continuous decision that there is, okay? So stop making that decision. I just made my other video I'm going to post on here about using your thoughts as investments, using your time as investments to grow yourself, to prosper yourself, to see yourself. And every time you decide to put on that new suit, to put on those new shoes, to assume the identity of that one that you're becoming, you are that much closer to becoming it. But for everybody, you guys, please, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to all of you guys because it's coming through me, you guys, and it's real. But you guys, your self-concept, it is important, y'all. Not to say that you cannot manifest without your self-concept, like I said, but you don't want to. It's worth it for you. And it's also going to make, now take that in the positive. Imagine yourself being the person that believes that they deserve everything. Imagine yourself really having the belief that I'm just the luckiest person. Things always work out for me. Really, truly believing that. You don't have to micromanage and make sure that everything goes right or make sure that this and that. It magnifies. It just comes to you. It just comes to you because of who you believe. People, like, you're not going to really meet someone who's famous or someone who's very successful and ask them, like, what do you think about, what you do? What do you think about yourself? And them say, oh, well, I mean, I'm all right. I mean, oh, well, my projects, my art, I'm an okay singer. I'm an okay actor. They're not going to be like that. You know what I mean? They're not. And if you notice, the less confident, and I'm not talking about arrogance, but I mean confidence, the less confident that someone who's famous is, the less status that they usually choose to have, or not choose to have, but usually have. The people that are really feeling themselves, and like I said, not to be confused with arrogance, right? But they're at the top. They're knowing that are at the top. They're knowing that I have something to offer. How many people dance and sing, right? Millions. But they're knowing that regardless of that, regardless even of the level of talent, I'm the one who's bringing it the best, right? Have that idea about yourself. I deserve the best, you guys. I'm deserving of the best of everything. I deserve to live the life of my dreams. When you're doing your affirmations, put I deserve in front of it. I deserve to be loved like a goddess. I deserve to have millions of dollars come to me. I deserve to be surrounded by people who love me. I deserve to love myself deeply, Really immerse yourself in that. And if you are trying everything, like I said, it is your identity about yourself. Somewhere you may have this feeling that things don't work out, whatever, but ask yourself what that is. When things go wrong or things are not going right, what's that thought that comes up? See, I knew it. It's never going to work out for me. Okay, that's something you believe. Change it and go right to the end of assuming that it's already done. I love you guys so much. Jacarius, you're on your way to work. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you guys for checking in. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.